do things like launching a YouTube channel, launching a brand, going to a show, starting a new course, going to see me and workshop with a celebrity in your world. What do these things actually have in common? And they all boil down to one major thing. Jump before you're ready. What in the heck do I mean by this? Well, first off, I'm going to take off my witchy hat. So, boop. All right. Okay, so what do all these things really have in common, Pickle Peep? They are growth centers, or growth stimulators, I should say. Not centers, they're growth stimulators. But they all boil down to one actual thing, and that is the ability to be uncomfortable and to jump before you're ready. So let me know, Pickle Peep, have you been in this situation before where you're like, oh, that's a really good opportunity. I love it. Or let's make this concrete. Example from my own life. One of the events I do is the Long Island Highland Games, Long Island Scottish Festival. And when I first got the invite to be a vendor there, and I saw the price tag to be a vendor there, I was like, whoa, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know that I'll get the return on that. We have to drive through New York City to get there with a trailer, and are people even going to want to come with me to do the booth and host the show? And what if but I sell bulletry, people might not like what I have to offer, and all of these what if. Tell me if this is you, Pickle Peep, that when the first what if comes in your head is a negative, right? What if this awful thing happens? What if they say no? What if it doesn't work? What if I don't make money? All these what ifs, they're always negative because it's our brain saying, don't try anything new. You're not ready for that yet. We'll go back to that. So, bad what ifs. But I did something that's really, really hard, but something that I recommend people do on as constant a basis as possible. And that is jump before you're ready. If you're saying, what if, and you have that moment, that's the time to move forward. That's probably the time to take a leap. As long as you have the time commitment that you can put towards it and stuff, then that is definitely when to take a leap, because that's when growth happens. What ifs, putting yourself in a uncomfortable zone, I don't know if I can do this, is a stimulator for growth, because it opens up new paths, new opportunities, new mindsets, new outlooks, new ways of thinking that are going to push you beyond where you are right now. Because I'll tell you something, Pickle Peep, and maybe you know this already, maybe you don't, but the brain does not like being uncomfortable. The brain does not like making more decisions than it has to. Tom Bilyeu talks about this all the time, about the brain having to do 35,000 decisions a day. I think that's the number. I could be wrong. It might be higher than that. But he was 35,000 decisions a day that your brain has to make. That's a lot of work, right? So when opportunities come up and that door starts cracking open, and that door starts cracking open, instead of your brain seeing sunshine and rainbows and big piles of money behind that door, your brain instead wants to see monster fingers coming through, right? And that it's going to be dangerous and it's going to be hard. And you know what your brain is saying? I don't want to make more decisions. I don't want to change what I already do. So your brain tries to tell you, oh, bad things are going to happen. Bad things are going to happen. Don't do it. Don't do it. You are not ready for that. But it's a lie. Because if you can just set that part of your brain aside for a minute and push open that door, make the decision, go through to purposefully make yourself uncomfortable, that's when now your brain is forced to grow. You are forced to grow as a person, as a business person, whether it's personal development growing, whether it's growing your business, whether it's growing your family. Come on, if you want to ask someone out on a date, what's the first thing your brain says? Well, what if they say no? What actually happens if they say no? It's not going to kill you, right? Nothing bad is actually going to happen to you if they say no when you ask someone out on a date. What exactly bad is going to happen to you if you say no to doing an expensive event? What exactly bad is going to happen to you if you say no to taking the fall lookbook challenge? Nothing. Nothing bad is going to happen to you because you're going to stay right in the same spot you've always been. And that's comfortable. Like, give me a couch, pull out some Netflix and Disney Plus. I watch a lot more Disney Plus than I do Netflix. And just keep the status quo. The brain wants to keep the status quo. But that's not where the fun is. Like, if you're here, if you're doing online business, if you're in marketing, well, it doesn't matter if you're online or physical business, I don't care. The fun is when it changes up. All right? The fun is when you make yourself uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun in the past tense. When you're going through taking one of these challenges and like, it's literally cracking yourself open to new things, to new pathways, to new thought processes, to new marketing methods, like a lookbook, then you become a new, better version of you. And you know what? Your brain adapts. Those 35,000 decisions plus that it does a day, well, once you figure out this new thing, that just is added to that. That just becomes part of the status quo. You have a new status quo. So if you want to actually grow your business, if you want to grow as a person, and I know that's a petrifying thing. People don't want to grow as people. We're pretty dang comfortable where we are. Again, give me the couch and the Disney Plus. But if you get past that, that's like status quo is normal, and we're not in business to be normal. I know. You say that what you want is freedom from your boss. You want the freedom to do your own schedule. You want the freedom to work wherever you want, but most people aren't wired that way. Ha ha ha. Or I should say everyone is wired that way, but most people stay that way. You as a business owner, you as a designer, you as a handmade business owner especially have decided to break out of that, and you have removed yourself one level from the status quo. The status quo of working for a boss, doing your 9 to 5, come home, eat dinner, Netflix. How many people live that life, right? Do you get inspired or slightly disgusted when those are the posts you see on Facebook all the time? I throw up in my mouth a little bit. When people are like, yeah, this is my plan for the night, I'm like, don't you want more out of life? It could just be that I'm a crazy workaholic, but don't you want more? Like, I started my own business so that I could help people and start to change the world, or at least change and improve lives for the people that I can, for my dream customers, and support them in any way that I can. That's why I started my business. It was not to stay at the status quo. I look at people who have just been at the status quo, and I understand. It's a lot of work. I understand. Life is freaking terrifying. I understand. But if I can set all that aside, I want more. So what do you want, Pickle Peep? Are you staying at the status quo? Maybe, well, if you're watching this channel, you are probably not a 9 to 5, eat dinner, Netflix on the couch. You're probably not at that level if you're watching this channel right here. But you're here, so you at least took it one step above that and said, I want my own business. And maybe you work a 9 to 5, and then at night, instead of eat dinner, couch, Netflix, it's eat dinner and then work on my products. Jump on the computer and do marketing. Do all of my business stuff. I did that for 7 years of the 9 years I've been in business. I had the 9 to 5, and then I worked an extra like 6 to 8 hours at night. That's what I did. Now I'm inviting you, if you haven't already, so let's jump it, another level of uncomfortableness. And instead of being in the rat race side of business, not gonna lie, there's always a rat race in business, but for your handmade business, let's get a comprehensive marketing plan going. Let's get in, like, say, the 21-day lookbook challenge. Let's get all your marketing done so you have all of those decisions made and done, and then your brain can relax and like enjoy some of the fall season after we're done, right? Doesn't that sound pretty cool? Like 21 days of hard work, and it's not all hard work. I understand time constraints. So it's like 30 minutes or less on average for video training, and then 10 minutes to an hour of homework. Like, that's doable. And to at the end be able to have a completed lookbook, an email plan that's scheduled out, a social media plan that's scheduled out, heck, a commercial. I don't talk about that part too often. But to have all of that set is like super ridiculously cool, isn't it? Like, wouldn't that be a relief on your brain? But you've also grown as a person. So every time that you jump the status quo to the next level, that level becomes your status quo. And then you jump again, and that becomes your status quo. You just keep jumping, and eventually you become comfortable being uncomfortable. And eventually, you're not going to believe me here, but you start to look forward to being uncomfortable. Like, what's the next thing I can try? Because that puts you in a momentum of growing your business, growing yourself. Let me know if that makes sense to you, bestie. Oh, Jesus. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay, so another example right here. I am not going to delete that out because I said bestie. So many of you know I was partnered up with Renee Christine, and I built a course for her, and we were just getting ready to launch when she shut down the celebrity partnership program. So like, that was a status quo jump. Out of status quo, okay, I'm building a course for Renee Christine. I'm building a course for the besties. Okay. Then that partnership, and that became comfortable. Like, I built the course, we were getting ready to start to launch it and sell it. Okay. Then the program got shut down, and that status quo right there crumbled. And I'm like, what do we do now? We built this thing, what do we do now? And I had to up level and be like, no, I'm not going to depend on Renee's audience. I am going straight to you. I am going to the Pickle Peeps because we are an awesome sauce community all on our own. And I bet you guys are going to love Trunk Show Secrets. But first, we had all that. And I was like, oh boy, so status quo, status quo, status quo. Launching this challenge is a big jump out of the status quo. It is a purposeful uncomfortableness for me as well as maybe for you. So we'll see. But I want you to join me. That's where all this comes down to. I want to challenge you in a 21-day fall lookbook challenge to be uncomfortable and to experience this extreme momentum and growth that you can get through being uncomfortable. All right, that's my soapbox for today. The challenge officially starts today. However, I am taking registrants through Friday. So if you're on the fence a little bit about it, hopefully this is like urging you to like go, do it. Break out of your status quo and reach the next level, okay? So hopefully it's inspiring you to that. Like I said, we are starting today. Friday is the last day to register for the challenge because at that point you'll be about 2 days behind. But I'm very confident that you can catch up those 2 days. But after that, we are on lockdown, and I'm not fully sure when I'll open it again. All right? So here we go, Pickle Peeps. That's it for today. Enjoy. Let me know. Let me know below. Let me know what your situation is. Let me know. Are you joining me for the challenge? Or if you're not joining me for the challenge, let me know where you are. What kind of status quo are you sitting in, or are you already in a growth situation? Are you in an accelerator momentum situation where you are uncomfortable? Or are you getting ready to go into one? So yeah, those are my questions for today. I will see you tomorrow.